when you consider that serotonin is your ability to think, it's your ability to wrap your mind around ideas. We have tests. We have you're a teacher. You know about the LSATs, the SATs, the ACT scores. And when a kid is taking that, they use the serotonin in their brain to wrap their head around it, right? That's that. But the thing that is now proven is that when you are proven wrong, it physically hurts. And as a teacher, I know that you have seen this. Your students who are learning the hardest express symptoms of the most severe pain. And the reason for that is because the neural pathways that coalesce in our brain as we build new neural bonds shift. And as they shift, it trips the trigger of the exact same receptors in our brains of what is considered pain. So being wrong all the time is actually the GOAT. If you're willing to be wrong, you're the fucking boss. If you can take criticism, you're actually the toughest motherfucker there is. But part of the reason why white people in America, and this isn't just them, it's everybody everywhere, if they get to this point, if they don't have the fun that it takes to release the dopamine triggers that calm and soothe the brain, then it's just pain. It's just pain all the time. And that's how I know mass shooters are full of shit, because all they're feeling is the pain of being wrong all the time because their agency doesn't work and they're not having any fun that they can literally do by whistling fucking tunes. They're not even giving themselves free fun. And they're just sitting and baking in their pain until it becomes so much that they just don't even want to be there anymore. You look at the Las Vegas shooter, every single thing he said about his mental health issue was that he was in a lot of pain from the PTSD that he experienced from his dad being a criminal and being a negligent father and being abusive to him and his brother. He went to mental health options within his society, wasn't given drugs that worked, didn't see a therapist who understood what he was going through. And in large part, probably because having a bank robber for a father isn't really a common thing. Let's just go out on a limb and say that's probably not that common for somebody to deal with. And there's probably not a lot of people you can share in solidarity with that. But he tried to be good to his family. He tried to be good to his girlfriend. He tried to be good to her family. And she described that he would sit in bed wailing because he was in so much mental health pain. So after going to the clinic, after talking to his neighbors, after talking to other people, after going to church, it was said by her that he eventually became exhausted in his relationship with his surrounding environments, Republicans, conservatives, who were telling him, just fucking suck it up. And at nearly every benchmark of any of these kids who go into schools and shoot stuff up, you will find they're bullies, or they are bullied, or their families or their teachers or other people are telling them, kid, life's tough. You're just going to have to suck it up. And it is a failure on a fundamental level to build culture by saying, actually, the answer is art. I want you to scream at this painting. I want you to scream at this pencil and paper. I want you to write the words that make it so that people know that you want to destroy the world. And in that art, a trigger for fun happens and dopamine is released and their mind can chill the fuck out. Weed does the same thing. It actually makes you dumber in your same environment. It actually fundamentally lowers your IQ. But if you could imagine how dope your life is, give that to somebody who's not nearly as capable as you, and they'll be like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. And that's literally just you on weed. And so it makes sense why people would use that to much relief and why it's such a proven method of relief in clinical trials now. And if you look at psilocybin, mushrooms and stuff like that, it's the same thing. So men are out here trying this stuff for the first time and they're reinventing art. They're reinventing their agency. But the problem is that it comes with an incredible debt. You need to sacrifice your culture if you are a white man in order to build something new, because the thing that you're leaving behind literally tells you that you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to make art if you're a man. You're not allowed to ken. You're not allowed to be fabulous. And that's why the gays are the way they are. That's why the trans are the way they are. That's why these cultures that are emerging adjacent to white culture are actually so thrilling, because for them to even accept themselves, one of the things that they actually have to sacrifice is that dedication to Puritanism. Puritanism is, we're not going to survive if you're having fun. If you are enjoying yourself too much, that's actually for the devil. You're going to go to hell. You sleep around, do drugs, cuss. Well, research studies show that you are actually able to tank more pain if you swear when you do. And if you don't swear, you actually become a huge wuss. And part of that has to do with the fact that when you're having fun, the dopamine calming your brain tricks it into actually being able to push even harder. So if you're having a thrilling fucking time, then what winds up happening is you can actually imagine even further. But the harder things get, the more fun you have to have in order to be able to survive it. And that is why these Puritans who fucking love Donald Trump are fucked, because their weekly dose of fun that they can count on, their hope, the thing that is their auto-generated fun, prayer, speaking to themselves, because where are the gods when there's a plague? I mean, if there was a time that they would show up and be like, yo, actually, worship me. I got this one. You guys are cooked. Let me fix this for you, but like shower me with prayers. No one came. No gods exist. It's just our imaginations. And it was something that they used in order to be able to survive horrible, much, much worse times than we have now. So it's been fundamental that these Puritans play this weeping, woeful masquerade that the world is just out to get them. But when you consider that there are research studies that show that if you do not use your imagination on a regular basis, then it's not that you can't go back and get it at some point. It's just that you get to the point where you forget the ideas that gap it all. You're a teacher. I know you know this. You have kids who take the summer off and they come back and they forget everything you fucking taught them in the last couple of weeks before they left. It's not just an if you lose it, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's that it has to be forged to their identity to hold on strongest.